it seems to be right.
Hi everyone and welcome to Qualisys ISB Studio 2021. My name is Patrick Almström. I'm the Market Director for Europe and have been within the company for almost 16 years. Today we will show you live demonstration together with our partner Noraxon and HP Cosmos. And we will actually stream directly from the German Sports University. On my side we have Nils Betzler. Welcome Nils.
Again. Hi Patrick. Yeah, welcome again. My name is Nils Betzler. I'm Product Manager Life Sciences. It's great to be here again in the ISB studio on the last day of the ISB. And I'm looking forward to an interesting demonstration from the team in Cologne.
Yeah, so let's say hi to the team in Cologne. And it's Wolfgang Pottast from the German Sports University. Hi, Wolfgang. And we have Björn Zimmermann from HP Cosmos. And we have Christian Lurch from the Noraxon and the Velamed team. So it's really nice to have you on this link today. So please go on.
Hello. Hello, everyone. Hi, Sweden. Hi, Stockholm. Hi, Gothenburg. Hi, ISBS. Welcome from Cologne. Welcome to Cologne. My name is Wolfgang Pottast. I'm Professor for Clinical Biomechanics here at the German Sports University. And I'm head of the research group for clinical and technological biomechanics. And I'm guiding the international master program in human technology in sports and medicine. And in both our research and our education, we focus a lot on the interrelation of human motion, human movement, and the loading of the musculoskeletal system. Because we want to optimize interventions in clinics, in sports, through technology, through training, through therapy. And in this context, it is just great and very valuable that we very, very recently could install our new human locomotion lab. And that is where you find us in right now. That's what you see right now. We are really happy that we were able to install this lab with the help of Qualisys, of HP Cosmos, of Velamed, of Noraxon, and of the German Sports University. We have already started first projects on walking, on running, on issues on dynamic stability. And for those purposes, the equipment which fuses a lot of different data sources, a lot of different variables, is just tailored. So with this, I'm happy to hand over to Björn Zimmermann, and I wish you all the best and enjoy the demo.
Thank you, Wolfgang. Hello to everybody. Hello to the world. My name is Björn Zimmermann. I'm the application specialist at HP Cosmos. We are here in this wonderful lab in this wonderful city in Cologne to broadcast and to show you some impressions about the systems. Right here next to me, there's the Gaitway 3D, the HP Cosmos Gaitway. That is an instrumented treadmill. It measures 3D forces. And within the next minutes, you will see some more applications, some more synchronization of different types of systems, additional software, additional technology. The Gaitway 3D is available in 3 different sizes. Let's say small, medium, large. This one is the medium size. And one of the highlights of this treadmill is it does not measure only 3D forces like a big force plate. So the ground reaction force, it also measures pressure distribution in one system. 3D force like a force plate and pressure distribution built in the deck. So the pressure distribution is built in the deck. Additionally, we have some further options. So HP Cosmos is specialized in customizing treadmills. So that means we can customize the treadmill also to have incline for uphill or downhill running or walking, safety systems, body weight support, unweighting systems. Yeah, the Gaitway itself has its own software, to capture the data, to process the data, to store the data, to visualize the data. But we can also send out the data to a third-party system. And this is what we're going to show you now. We will show it how the data is processed with the gateway, but the data itself will be sent out digitally in the first instance to it also combines and synchronizes the further systems. So now it's a pleasure for me to hand over to my colleague Christian, who will explain some more about the Qualisys setup.
Okay, thank you, Björn. I'm sitting at the operation desk here, and I would like to ask my colleague Katrin to enter the treadmill and okay, get some safety. And I will switch to QTM. Now we see Katrin in the screen. We go live. And we will be recording a running trial. Katrin will be running on the treadmill. Reaction for well, yes, I'm ready. Yeah, you're ready. Very good. Give me a second. I will start the treadmill now. And you can see the line. And I'm going to be capturing that. So we are monitoring the recording. And there it is. I will stop Katrin. Okay, Katrin, I will stop. Yes. Okay. Well done. Thanks a lot, Katrin. And it was 12 kilometers per hour. There we have the recording. And you can see the whole lab setup together with the treadmill, the forces, and the kinematics. And for the sake of simplicity, I will hand over for the reporting to Sweden again to Niels.
Okay, great. Thank you very much, Christian. So as you can see here, in the interest of time, we have loaded a report into our report center already. Processing is quick, but it does take maybe 30, 45 seconds, and we're a little bit short on time. So this is the report that can be generated from a data collection, just like the one we did there in Cologne. When you press Start Processing, it will push the data into Visual 3D. It will calculate all the kinematics, and if force data is available, also the kinetics. Like here, you can see that. And the report can be used also in Visual 3D if you want to export it for research purposes, for example, or you can generate an online report like this one. This online report is on our secure online platform. So I'm logged in here with my username and password so that I can access it. And only the person who's uploaded it can access it and then decide if you want to share it or not. I will not go into much detail here about the different parameters. Just quickly scroll down a little bit and show you what's available. Pelvis movement, different joint angles, all the different major body angles. And of course, the kinetics are available if force is collected with the data, just like we did today. You can dynamically select and deselect trials over here. You can choose which reference data you would like to compare the data to. And it's also possible to go here and add different additional reports for comparison purposes. And if you do that, then the data will be overlaid. So this is ideal if you would like to compare two different conditions. Okay, I'm just checking out here. Here, the Cologne team is ready again. So that's all from me for now. Thank you, and back to Team Cologne.
Thank you, Niels. So this time I'm standing here in front of the treadmill, and we will show our second setup that we are having here. In the first setup, we showed Qualisys QTM, recording kinematics, and the ground reaction forces. In the second setup, we will be using the Noraxon MR3 software, recording the ground reaction forces, as well as the pressure distribution, the sensors from the pressure distribution sensors from the treadmill, as well as the Noraxon IMU inertial sensor system, together with EMG. This time, my dear colleague Arvid will be running on the treadmill, and my dear colleague Jimmy will be doing the recording, and I hand over to Jimmy.
Hello and welcome. So my name is Jimmy, and I will demonstrate a quick measurement with our Noraxon system. So I just press on measure and I select a special calibration mode. It's called the walking calibration. But before we can do it, I activate the systems. Over here. So first I say, Arvid, please stand still. I capture the calibration pose. So we are calibrating now. And now I can ask Arvid to start walking, please. Arvid, start walking. So when Arvid is back at his starting position, I say stop activity, capture the pose again. And now I did a walking calibration. Here I can say save and measure again because we want to do a treadmill trial. So I say here I want to use the functional calibration. I have to activate everything again. And you can see Arvid in the screen, but because he's standing at his calibration point, I start my recording from here, say return to the reference pose. So it's kind of a special marker. And then I can say, Arvid, would you please go on the treadmill? Thanks. In this case, we are trying 10 kilometers per hour. Arvid, are you ready? Yes. Okay, then we can start our record. And here you can see all data we get from the different technologies, like joint angles, sensor angles, accelerations, force data, and of course, pressure data. Okay, Arvid, that's fine. I will stop the treadmill. Yeah. We are stopping the treadmill now. And our last thing to do is that we have to detect the ref pose again. So he's going back to his starting position. I say return to ref pose and stop the recording. ISB, we're running. Then we can say save and view. Some data have to be recovered, but that shouldn't be a problem. And now we can have a look at our record, and it looks really, really good. And of course, we can do a reporting. And I think for the reporting, Zach will give us some more information. So I will just do a comparison between this run and the forefoot run. And then I think Zach will give us more information.
Thank you, Arvid. Thank you to the teams in Cologne as well as in Gothenburg. Very happy to be here for ISB 2021. As you can see here, we have a integrated report with several systems demonstrating that nice and easy streamlined workflow within the MR3 software. Within this particular example, we're looking at two conditions where we have a rear foot running compared to a forefoot running pattern. Within the reporting system that you can see here that was generated with just a few button clicks, immediately we can tell the difference between the two patterns based off of the pressure distribution, and in particular the size of that pressure distribution and the center of pressure gait line there. As we scroll down into the report, we can see some additional center of pressure parameters. But let's go a little bit further and look at some differences there between the type of data that we had collected. Sorry, Arvid, can you scroll up just a little bit more to the stance and swing phase parameters? Thank you. And so initially, we can see just a slight difference between the two conditions here, with the green being the rear foot running and the blue being the forefoot running. And so we can see a difference between forefoot running, considering that you are typically landing with a little bit higher force, but also less contact time. And that is also corroborated by the signals which are collected down below. Go ahead and scroll down, Arvid. We have our vertical force signals on page 3, which clearly we can see the comparison between the left and the right, as well as the two conditions, and in particular the forefoot running showing us a higher peak force value through stance phase, as well as the elimination of that transitory peak force that you're seeing off that initial contact. As we continue to scroll down, we can see the kinematics that are plotted. In particular, one that we can highlight is this knee flexion angle, which we see for the forefoot running a little bit higher peak value during swing phase, essentially indicating that we are getting more of a knee flexion during swing, to help us prepare for that forefoot contact, get our leg around a bit faster. In addition to the kinematics, we are also collecting the EMG data, which I believe will also be shown down here at the next page, perhaps. And this is a very interesting portion of the recording, because we can really highlight the differences between the two conditions with this data. In particular, the gastroc that you see there, we get a significant amount of activation during during the rear foot running during stance, but in particular, the pre-activation of the gastroc during the swing phase for the forefoot running. And of course, the gastroc is going to help us with that plantar flexion. And so during swing phase, as that preparatory, as the subject is preparing to land, we're seeing that innervation of the gastroc before the landing is occurring, because they're anticipating that shock absorption with their forefoot during that particular running style. Additional EMG signals are collected, of course, but those are the ones that we would like to highlight in the interest of time today. Of course, I want to thank the ISB and Qualisys and teams in Cologne one more time. Hopefully this was a great highlight to be able to show you how easy it can be to integrate these systems and collect a complex biomechanics analysis. Thank you, Arvid.
Thanks a lot, Zach. It was really interesting to see how you handle the data in different ways here. And I would like to thank the Cologne team again, Wolfgang, Christian, Björn and Zach, and all of you, and even the runners as well. We have one question here directly to Björn Zimmermann. And a person saw the instrumented treadmill, but it was not a split belt. Can you explain more how you actually calculate the force from different feet?
Yes, thank you, Patrick. My microphone is activated, yeah. The Gateway has a built-in load cells, 4 of them, 4 load cells. They are in each corner of the treadmill, so creating like a big force plate. It's what we say, it's a single belt treadmill in contrast to a split belt. So split belt could be side by side or like a tandem fore aft orientation, so two belts next to each other in front or side by side. So the question, if I understood correctly, is towards especially the walking phase. So in walking, we have a double stance phase. And in that double stance phase, the single belt treadmill measures a sum force. And that sum force gets decomposed by an algorithm. And this algorithm is published in different papers, for example, Gait and posture, different times, and is validated for healthy and non-healthy gait. So the benefit of a single belt is, if I'm stepping on here, I am completely free in my position. I can walk or run here in this position or here in this position. Sounds obvious, but in reality, even on a treadmill, you're slightly shifting, you're slightly changing your position. In contrast, if there's a split in between, I need to walk left foot, left plate, right foot, right plate, and that will change the gait parameters. And yeah, does that answer the question, Patrick?
Yep. Perfect, Björn, but I will stick to this topic slightly more because there are many other instrumented treadmill and treadmill vendors around the world, and 3D Gateway has one unique selling point, and you just explain it. Can you mention one more that differs 3D Gateway from other instrumented treadmills and treadmills?
As I told initially, HP Cosmos is specialized in customizing treadmills. Actually, this is our background. Since 1988, we are building treadmills, long time before myself. Not I was born there, but this is our specialty. We can customize it. That means different sizes, different further accessories. So the Gateway is the only treadmill among those vendors that can combine 3D force measurement and pressure distribution. And the pressure distribution, as Jimmy showed or Zach showed in the software, delivers even more data. So data from the pressure allows just thinking of diabetes mellitus issues or about the loading pattern, how someone is loading with the heel, maybe with the heel first, and then having the roll-off phase. This can be seen from the pressure, additionally to the 3D force measurement. And on top, we also have a possibility to combine a body weight support system, an unweighting system, that will not interfere with the Gateway itself. So a system where you can unload subjects, for example, for neurologic or orthopedic belongings.
Good. Thanks, Björn. We have a question in the chat as well. Do you need different software application for each data analysis of motion capture and EMG? And I'm not sure who's the right person to answer this one. Should we start with Nils?
Yeah, I can start with the Qualisys perspective and just explain what's possible in the Qualisys software, or what will be possible. So our software is focused on collecting kinematics from markers, so it's marker tracking, and we can collect video, even markerless can be combined with this type of system, and we can collect data from the force sensors of this treadmill. So that's our focus. It's kinematics, kinetics, and force. And all of that is collected in our QTM software as soon as we launch this integration that we show today this fall. So it's sort of in the final testing phase right now. So that's the Qualisys perspective. And then in the second phase of today's session, you saw the MR3 software. And I think we should head over to the Cologne team to explain what's possible with that software.
So with the MR3 platform, we can actually record all data simultaneously. Well, all data means 3D forces, pressure, EMG, video, and can also be analyzed in one software platform. So you don't need any additional software to do the processing.
Yeah, so I think the main difference is really one system is marker data and force, and the other system is more like EMG, pressure, video, and no automated 3D marker tracking. I think that sums it up pretty much.
Yeah. Are we still having the Cologne team online?
We are online?
Yes, we are online.
Yeah, perfect. And this is a question to you, Chris. What is the difference? Because initially we saw the analysis with Qualisys mocap and the HP Cosmos treadmill, and then you did this Noraxon MR3 together with HP Cosmos. So what is actually the difference between those measurement situations?
So the two setups that we had here have actually an overlap. You can do things in both setups. For me, the main difference would be with the Qualisys setup, you can record the kinematics as well as the 3D forces and do inverse dynamic calculations. So you can calculate joint moments and joint energy. If you are using the Noraxon platform, you have some more data input from the pressure sensors and also from the IMU, but you are not able to do inverse dynamics yet. This is due to the nature of the IMU systems. You do not record translational parameters directly, whereas with the Qualisys system, you would record the kinematics in terms of rotations and translations.
Yeah. We have a person that is highlighting elderly people walking on a treadmill, and I think it's aimed to Björn. And a viewer actually highlight that as a really good feature. Do you see that as well, Björn? Elderly people walking, because it's a single belt, then you don't need to consider left, right, back and forward.
Yeah, not sure if I understood correctly. Sorry.
Yeah, it was more or less, are you bumping into people who are doing analysis with elderly people on the treadmill?
Okay. Yeah, that's for sure. This is possible. Mainly, we are talking about healthy subjects. Traditionally, in a university, in a sports university, it's always like young subjects, or mainly young subjects in a healthy age and a healthy condition. But for many reasons, in a hospital, for example, you are doing research or gait analysis with elderly people, with children, with paralyzed people. So any issues, neurologic, orthopedic issues. So yes, you can measure or you can capture data from elderly people, absolutely. But what we are always pointing out is the security on the system, on the treadmill. Elderly people are considered as unfamiliar with running or walking on a treadmill. That's why we always recommend to have a safety system with a harness system. So Arvid is wearing the harness at the moment. That's fine. And connect him to the safety system. So if they're gonna stumble, they cannot fall off the treadmill. This is what our definition of the highest security standard. Just by the notified bodies, by TÜV or other bodies, this is not requested or not required. A traditional requirement for all treadmills is a lanyard with a magnetic switch, but they will not prevent you from falling off. And this is, to my understanding, very important when capturing elderly people, when doing measurements with them. And sure, the measurement can be done. It does not is not influenced by age.
Great, Björn. Thanks a lot. And we start running out of time, and I have many more questions. And but I would like to say thanks to the Cologne team with Wolfgang and Chris and Björn and Zach and all other people. And if you have any more questions, you can post it in the chat. If you would like to see this broadcasting afterwards, it will be available on the technical. Yeah, you can share it and see it again. And I think before we closing the Qualisys ISB Studio 2021, would you like to say something, Nils?
It's been a great experience, different from other years, a little bit exhausting, but it was great to be able to bring you some active content here. I would like to thank all partners, the team in Cologne today, the German Sports University for making it possible to use their facility, Zach for getting up early over in Arizona, and yeah, it's been a great experience, and thank you.
And big thanks to the ISB organization as well, with Tony and Lane and all other, and the production company as well. So, but I saw we started with a Swedish fika before, Nils, and we had some cinnamon buns, but I think someone ate them. So
yeah, we're running out. So.
We're running out. So thanks a lot from the Qualisys ISB studio. Hope to see you soon again. Thanks.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye, everyone. Thank you.